Hey guys, what's going on? Andy Brew here, and today I'm counting down my top 13 favorite scenes in Kingdom Hearts 3. Now this list was impossible to make because there's so many amazing scenes in this game that were so significant and carried so many emotions behind them. But I managed to narrow it down to 13. So if there's a scene that you thought should have been on this list that wasn't, I am deeply sorry. Pretty much all of these scenes on this list are scenes that happen in the end portions of the game because that's where all the good stuff happens. So if you haven't played this game, there's going to be obvious spoilers for pretty much everything. So there's your warning. And also keep in mind that this is my opinion and my favorite scenes in the game. So even if to everyone else these aren't technically like the best scenes in the game, these are the ones that I love the most. Without further ado, let's get into it.
Shouldn't you say goodbye to your real home?
To kick off the list at number 13 is this scene titled Opposing Goals. It's this scene with Axel and Saïx on the clock tower. Now, I love when these two interact because these are two characters who used to be best friends back in the day, who are now on opposing sides of the upcoming clash between the Guardians of Light and the Seekers of Darkness. And here they are just having a conversation right before everything goes down. But actually the main reason why I put this scene on this list was because of Saïx. This scene completely recontextualized Saïx's character for me. I used to hate Saïx in Kingdom Hearts 2. He was literally at the top of my kill list. He was a jerk. But from this scene, we got a little bit of backstory as to why he is the way that he is. He talks about this mystery girl that they were friends with and that they tried to rescue from, I guess, Ansem the Wise because Saïx said that she was his lab rat. And he also reveals that this is the true reason why Saïx wanted to rise up in the ranks in the organization.
Following Xehanort's nobody was the only way to discover what happened to her. She was his lab rat.
So, you found her? I helped you rise up the ranks, so I hope it paid off.
Then he talks about how Axel just gave up, and during his death scene, he opens up about how he was angry that Axel just exited their lives, and that he was jealous that Axel went and made other friends. Both of these scenes hit me because it took someone that I thought I could never like and made me genuinely feel bad for him. And now I can say that I have a better understanding of Saïx as a character. Okay, I absolutely had to put this one on this list because it's about time. Number 12, will the real Disney please stand up? I mean, here we are in this situation. Our heroes are surrounded, not even at the final battle yet and already losing hope. And here comes Yen Sid from the heavens, beaming in Kingdom Hearts 1 Sephiroth style onto the field of battle. This man finally got out of his chair and did something. And man, did he demonstrate some power. Gave us a stunning light show, went full-time Moses on the Heartless, and truly saved the day when all hope seemed lost. Bravo, Yen Sid. Bravo.
I will hold them all here for as long as I can.
Number 11 on this list is Ansem's send-off. This scene hit me hard for a couple of reasons. One, Ansem says that Riku's strength is vaster than darkness. For him to admit that is crazy to me. Two, Riku says that he's actually going to miss Ansem. Ansem has basically been a part of Riku since Kingdom Hearts 1, and has been the driving force of really inspiring Riku to conquer the darkness, which is a massive part of Riku's story. But what hit me the hardest was Ansem's final words.
What? It is time to move on, boy. There is more to seek. So go forth now and seek it.
Now, if you follow HMK at all, you know that he actually made a video talking about this, so I won't go too in depth with it, and I'll just leave that link to that video in the description below for you guys to check out later. But basically, when Ansem, the Seeker of Darkness, tells Sora there's more to seek, so go out and seek it, it's kind of like the developer speaking directly to the audience saying, hey, this is it for this saga. And what better way to communicate that than with the very first villain of the series that we encounter in Kingdom Hearts 1. This was a great send-off for Ansem, and I'm glad this is how he went out.
You were born for these sorts of games.
Number 10. Play it again someday. I actually almost teared up at this scene. This scene with Luxord was a very heartfelt moment for me, and I know it's technically pronounced Luxord, but I'm going to keep calling him Luxord because that's what I've always called him. Luxord gets struck down and then gives Sora this wild card that he says is going to turn the tables, which is probably going to be used to bring Sora back from the final world or wherever he disappeared to at the end of the game. Luxord's actually a really good guy. He's a fair player, there's mutual respect here, and he expresses to Sora that he actually would like to play him for real one day in a game of cards, and it's just such a good scene. Part of me even thought that Luxord intentionally wanted to get struck down because the minigame he thrusts you into just requires you to find him among his cards and strike him down. I truly don't even think Luxord ever wanted to be a part of Xehanort's plans in the first place, and it shows through how simple it is to actually defeat him. After Kingdom Hearts 3, Luxord honestly became one of my favorite organization members. Mad respect for this man.
Play again someday. When we're just guys.
I should like that very much, Sora.
Terra, I kept my promise.
Number 9, the Wayfinder Trio Reunion. This was insane. The moment where the Guardian comes out from the shadows and catches Aqua and Ventus, I was like, let's freaking go. Seeing that theory confirmed was so glorious because it's been hinted at since Stream Drop Distance, so Nomura, thank you for following through with that. Just the profoundness of this scene was nuts. The moment where the Guardian grabs Terranort and unbinds his face is truly remarkable, because Terra is finally about to become free, and Terra's theme playing in the background makes this scene so much more triumphant. Terra has been a slave to Xehanort since the end of Birth by Sleep, and it is so satisfying to see him finally take back his body. And not only is this scene just filled with pure epicness, but the moment where Terra turns around and runs to his friend's side is when all of the feels start rolling in. And I just gotta say, I love this trio so much, I really do. They have endured through so many trials, and seeing them all back together brought so many tears to my eyes, just remembering everything they've been through. And even though they might not be my all-time favorite trio, I will argue that they are definitely the strongest.
You're here.
I heard you too, Ven. You found me, just like you promised. Thank you.
Aqua and Ventus need rest. Terra, look after them.
Number 8. Aqua, your home. Saving Aqua was filled with a roller coaster of emotions. You're filled with hype because you're finally going to save her after all these years, but then you become sad because you see that she's been affected by the darkness courtesy of Ansem Sod. Then she gives this speech on how she's been suffering down in the realm of darkness for so long and that Mickey just abandoned her, making you feel guilty and wishing you could have saved her sooner. And then, pretty soon, you're thrust into a boss fight against her, and it's crazy because you can't believe this is happening. The music is literally Aqua's theme, but way more intense. And all you want to do is save her, but you gotta beat the snot out of her first. Again, there were so many feelings that led up to that final moment when Sora reaches out his hand and rescues our girl. And when I saw her sitting on the Destiny Islands, let me tell you, I cried. This woman spent over a decade in the realm of darkness and is now back in the realm of light. And she doesn't even realize it at first because she asks when did the Destiny Islands fall to darkness, because that is all she knew for over 10 years. Darkness became her reality. So when Riku tells her she's in the realm of light, she starts crying because she can't believe it. Then the moment that Sora says, "You're home," that's the moment that made us all cry tears of joy. Truly a satisfying scene that just gives you that feeling of, we did it.
You're home.
You're home! Welcome home.
Number 7.
Very well done.
I don't even have words. We see a completely different side of Xehanort in his final moments. This scene reveals Xehanort's true perspective and motive, that the world needs someone to stand up and lead, someone to dictate their destiny, that the reason why he sought out the Keyblade was to open Kingdom Hearts to give the overall world a new start. I did not see this coming at all, specifically when Xehanort hands over the Keyblade, because never in my entire existence would I have ever thought that Xehanort would just give up the Keyblade just like that. That he would just accept the fact that he lost and there's nothing he can do about it. And this scene really did bring about so many emotions, from when Daddy Ericus appears and has one last reunion with his apprentices, to the flashbacks of Xehanort and Ericus as kids, and just to Xehanort's final moment when Ericus goes to his side. And I understand a lot of people didn't like how this scene went down, but I will say for me personally, it was so heartwarming and I just love seeing it end like this. Very well done indeed.
Ready, my friend?
Yes.